Doing my Elk Kill Kit again. If you want a detailed breakdown on how we got to where we are today, check out that video I'm linking up here or over there or down in the description somewhere. I have found the need to lighten up my pack, and lightening up your pack can get expensive. And before I get too much further, introduce a couple one concept on gear in general. What we all want: lightweight, durable, inexpensive. You get to pick two. These are the game bags I've been using. There's only 4 of them in here. These are comparatively inexpensive and durable. But at 1 pound, 6.4 ounces, they are not lightweight. These game bags, which I just bought, and the reason why I'm making this video ultimately, there's 5 game bags in here as opposed to 4. And these are 15.8 ounces. And I'll get into this more in a minute. Durable, lightweight, but not inexpensive. Durable, inexpensive, but not lightweight. See where I'm going with this? All right, first, that aside, let's just weigh the current game bag and kill kit and knife combination all together. So here's my game bags. 1 pound, 6.4 ounces. Kill kit, now we're up to 2 pounds, 1.9 ounces. Knife, 2 pounds, 14.2 ounces. Keep note of that. So we'll just put these aside for right now. I think we're done with these. Let's talk about the kill kit. Not much has changed since last I did a video on this. Surgical gloves because my wife makes me. Flagging tape. Useful. You never know when you're going to need this. A 5th game bag for back straps and tenderloins because these only come with 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. I had 5 pre-length or pre-cut cords to hang quarters in the trees. This knife sharpener, I'll talk about more in just a minute. And this knife sharpener. So all that, it's empty now. So let's go back to this game bag set right here. And this comes with 5 bags, 4 for each, 1 for each quarter, and 1 for the back straps and tenderloins. Now you can tell, maybe by the material, that this is more like a polyester type of thing, whereas this is a cotton, right? So tell you already, this is lighter than this, so we don't need this anymore. And this already came with this bag. I mean, it comes with 5. That one I just showed you is a smaller bag. Now this, I'm going to have to continue using because it makes the wife feel better. So, that's staying. Now, over the processing of 2 elk, I have yet to use this. Now this is an actually really good knife sharpener. It's lightweight. It has a coarse stone and a fine stone. But I haven't used it once. So what I have used is this. So this is staying, this is going. Now, as this knife sharpener goes, and I might leave a link, an Amazon link in the description somewhere. I've used this over 2 elk, and what I've noticed is that the rod has gotten a little smoother, so I bought another one to replace it. These are not that expensive, they're like 20 bucks. But you can feel this one's more coarse. This one's more worn smooth. So I'm going to replace this one with a newer one, which is this one right here. So this is staying. Now, realistically, I only need 4 of these. Don't need that 5th one because the smaller bag with the tenderloins and the back strap, those always make the first trip out. I'll never hang in those in a tree. So I don't need this. Keeping this just for giggles and grins. Now originally in my kill kit I had a ground sheet, and last year I found it of limited use where I killed that particular elk. There's enough of a breeze to where it was blowing the sheet around. I couldn't get it to lay flat. There weren't any rocks around, unbelievably enough. So I used it, but I found it of limited use. So I might end up putting one back in there, I might not. But right now I'm not. So what I have here, things that are staying, is this sharpener, these 4 pieces of cord, this flagging tape, and the gloves. This is all staying. And this bag is big enough to where it can fit all the game bags plus this trimmed down kill kit. So now instead of this, we're down to this. We don't need these. Now we come to the part about knives. I'll talk more about this knife in a minute. And in terms of hiking, scouting, I'm going to continue to use this knife. But in terms of a kill kit and all the other things that we have to bring while elk hunting, we're trying to cut as much weight as we can. So this, I just recently bought this. This is a cheap version of a buck hunter. I don't know what they call it. A buck alpha hunter select. I think that's what this is. Buck 664. And the blade shape is very similar. This, I think, is just large enough to do what you need it to do, and I like the belly. Now, I'm trying this knife out for the interim. There is a more expensive version that's about 250 bucks, give or take. Well, maybe a little bit less than that, but I'm trying the cheap version first to see how I like it. However, the knife I've been using is 12.3 ounces. This knife, 6.8 ounces. So there's that. So remember that 2 pounds, 14.2 ounces earlier? We are now down to 1 pound, 11 ounces. Here's our new and evolved kill kit. All right, let's talk about this knife as it pertains to dressing out an elk. This Becker BK18 Harpoon, I think it's called. It does okay dressing out an elk. This is a knife that I think it's mostly intended as a field knife that can dress out game. Whereas this is mostly intended as a knife to dress out game that maybe can double as a field knife. This thing's primary focus is game. This primary focus is as a field knife. So there's a difference there. As far as getting the hide off, I find that this knife is a lot easier than knives I used in the past to get the hide off. I think the length of it is okay. It might be borderline in length when it comes to getting the tenderloins out. I mean, these knives here are very close to length. I think I only had to sharpen it maybe about halfway through an elk. It holds an edge a little bit better, but it's also harder to sharpen in the field. And you will have to sharpen this in the field. This won't hold its edge forever. You might be able to get through 2 quarters before this thing really needs to be sharpened up. Now this knife here, I expect to get through 1 quarter before having to sharpen it up because the blade is softer. It's like, what is that, 420 stainless? High carbon stainless. And this is that K-Bar 10 Vocran? I don't know what they call it. But this is a different, slightly harder steel, not rust resistant. So I expect to be sharpening this one every quarter. This one, maybe you'll get through 2 quarters. Also harder to sharpen, as I said. Now on either one of these knives, I have generally found a need to carry a saw, and this is a Bahco Laplander. And the reason why I carry this saw, one, for processing firewood if I need to, but on that note, this is also why I put a loop on the back of this as a field knife, because then you can hang on the back of it and use this to chop, so you can get more length on the blade back here rather than carrying it up here. So normal hiking, scouting, I won't normally carry a saw, but with an active hunting season going on, I do. This is useful for cutting a meat pole if you have to, but also if you're having trouble getting the socket, the joint to get that lower leg off, this is when you just toss it in a bucket and just saw it off. I've cut through several elk quarters, the bottom leg with this. It still cuts really well. Cuts wood. This blade has amazingly been held in together, and it's not that heavy. So this has 3 purposes during the hunting season, and it weighs 6.8 ounces. So I definitely keep one of these in my pack. But what that means though is this lessens my need for a field knife, because I'm not chopping wood. I have a saw. So by switching to this and paring down my kill kit, it takes less pack space, and I've lightened my load by about 13 ounces, I believe, which is 3 ounces shy of a pound. That's significant weight savings. Don't know what else to say. Maybe this will help you out. You have a good one.